Hi, Miss Bertram. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Who do you work for? What do you do?
I work for Trinity Consulting, it's an insurance broker, and I am their wellness specialist, which means that I work with their corporate clients on creating wellness programs.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I've got a couple of questions about the process and approach of designing and implementing a wellness program.
Sometimes a wellness survey, sometimes just talking to the client, which is typically the HR director or the chief financial officer, whoever's in charge, and looking at the getting their feel of the employee population, what their culture is, if they're more blue collar, white collar, number of employees, how many are insured on their insurance plan. Things along the lines of what the employees would be interested in and what the personality of kind of the corporation is. One of the most important ones would be, which I didn't mention just now, was how they communicate with the employees. So if it's a blue collar group, say people who work in a factory of some sort, and they do not have any access to communication via email, then I would craft a completely different program and communication strategy than I would for a company who they had everyone's email address and they were all sitting behind a desk, or at least had access to that communication on a regular basis. A lot, and a lot of that is because of the legal restrictions on wellness programs now are very, very strict. And with a small group, such as under 50 people, there's a lot of information that cannot be acquired. The client themselves, the HR director or the CFO, whoever the employer is, cannot get individual information on the employee. For a really small company, it would be obvious who the smoker is, who has an elevated BMI, etc. Additionally, a small group, there's really a lot of things you can do for a small group when everyone's kind of in the same place. It requires a lot of communication. Usually we go in after having sat down with them and sort of taking the pulse of the company based on whatever it is, the survey or the client's response, and maybe lay out a 3 to 5 year goal, kind of a template of what we think would be a good idea to do. And they need to get used to the idea of a wellness program. They need to get used to the idea that the company is involved in that. So we would lay out an idea of a program with them, communicate with them a lot, but ultimately we are not the ones that can or you would not be the one that could communicate with the employees. It has to be the employer. So it's important for us to communicate to them how much they need to communicate with the employee, because without good communication, the program's going to fail.
Well, I think I have everything I need. I really appreciate you coming in and letting me interview you. Thank you so much.
Great job. I'm very impressed.